If you eat in Korea, it's almost impossible to avoid this one food. Breakfast, kimchi. Lunch, kimchi. Late night barbecue, still kimchi. In fact, many Koreans say, if there's no kimchi, it doesn't feel like a real meal. But why? Why is an entire country so obsessed with this spicy fermented vegetable? It turns out the answer is not just because it tastes good. Kimchi is more than just a side dish. For Korea, kimchi is a part of history, culture, and, in the past, it was even a food for survival. Long ago, before refrigerators existed, Korea's winters were brutally cold. Temperatures often dropped far below freezing, and in the past, finding fresh vegetables during winter was nearly impossible. So Korean communities needed a way to make vegetables last for months. Their solution? Yeah, it's fermentation. They preserved vegetables with salt so they could survive through the winter. That was the earliest form of kimchi. But back then, kimchi wasn't even red. The red kimchi we know today didn't appear until chili peppers arrived in Korea around the 16th century. After that, chilies were added to kimchi, not just for flavor, but because they also helped preserve it. And from that moment on, kimchi evolved from preserved food into the defining taste of Korea. For many Korean families, making kimchi is not just cooking. There's a special tradition called kimjang, when families and neighbors gather together to make huge batches of kimchi before winter begins. This tradition is so important that UNESCO recognized it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Because in Korea, kimchi is not just food. It represents togetherness, preparation, and the way a community takes care of one another. But Korea is modern now. There are refrigerators and supermarkets. So why do people still eat kimchi every single day? Because after hundreds of years, kimchi has become Korea's national comfort food. Its flavor feels familiar. It pairs with almost every Korean dish. And for many people, a meal without kimchi feels like something is missing. So the next time you see kimchi on every Korean table, remember, it's not just a side dish. Kimchi is a survival tradition that became the symbol of a nation.